Going live. I'm live. How are we doing? Can you all hear me? Can you all see me? I can see I've got some people here already. Martin Yoxall, hiya, how you doing? Hartley Rides, John McPhee, evening Biggin, how you doing, pal? Rebecca Christie, evening. How are you, folks? Could somebody let me know, can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? This is always the first hurdle. I've done an internet check. The speed seems okay. Loud and clear. Fantastic. Thanks very much, Hartley. Right then, folks, how you all doing? Welcome to... this is the first live stream, isn't it, of, when are we? 2023. How was it? How was Crumbo? How was your Hogmanay? Slight delay whilst we wait for this to go round the planet, even if you're in the house next door. I don't think any of you are in my street. You never know. Right, while we're waiting, I had a good Crimbo. Was up at the in-laws for Christmas. Father-in-law's not been too well as of late, but all good now. And then Hogmanay, we went up to my father's and my brother. They all live in the same village now up near Crieff in Perthshire. So we were up there for Hogmanay, and it was awesome. It was a proper Scottish Hogmanay. Everyone down to the village square. They had a pipe band. They do a real tradition there where the sort of strongest men in the village carry great big cabers that are set on fire, and they carry them round sort of four corners in the village to sort of exorcise the evil spirits. And then the cabers are tossed over the bridge into the river, and that's supposed to cleanse the village for the year ahead. It was cracking, and it started snowing really heavily whilst we were there, so it was really nice. It felt really Christmassy, proper wintry. It's a lovely job. Neil Bicknell, hi Bruce, how you doing, Neil? You all right, pal? Andrew Gralton, all good. Hope you're feeling better. Yeah, a load of people have been saying that. I think my post from last year that said I had COVID seems to have resurfaced for some reason. So loads of people wishing me well. Thank you very much, but I'm all good. I'm all right. Oh, I had the lurgy. I did have the lurgy over New Year, but I'm a lot better now. Thank you. Pete English, evening guys. How you doing, Pete? You all right, pal? Mick GSA... GSA wanker, thumbs up. How you doing, Mike? 24 Charlie, Simo, evening all. Hey Bruce, finally got the green combat trousers from JNS. Oh, nice one. Are you happy with them, Simo? Rebecca Christie, it was quiet but good, thanks. Nice one, that's good. I've had some quiet Christmases as well, and to be honest, sometimes I've had Christmases just by myself, and sometimes I quite like that. But this was nice. This was a proper family one for us, and it was really good. Robert Aiken, hiya. How you doing, pal? Andrew Gralton, dope. Steve Fletcher, hiya. How you doing, Steve? You all right, pal? Folks, let me know what you want to cover in this one. It's all down to you guys. It's clan only. Anyone that's watching this on the repeat, these are sort of clan only live streams that I periodically do. So if you want to be part of that, I'm afraid it's only for those who participate over on Patreon. Patreon.com/TeapotOne. Hopefully that's the last I'll mention of that. But you're more than welcome to come over if you want to help support the channel and the podcast. Anyway, folks, yes, what would you like to chat about? I've got a few things on my list, one of which is the Isle of Man meet. Ben Farmer, cheers Ben if you're listening. Ben sent me a wee text for an update earlier, so there's a few things we can chat about there. Biker Espana, evening. How you doing, Chris? You all right? Dakar Steve, hey up Paul, how you doing, pal? You alright? Are you getting much flack at all for being Dakar Steve or not? I noticed you cropped up in some of Matt from Leeds, some of his vids as Dakar Steve now, loving it. 24 Charlie, come on then Bruce, plans for 2023, clan rides, etc. Good point, good start. 2023 for me is going to be all about tours. I've released chicken strip tours. There's loads going on. It's basically one a month. I am doing them in conjunction with Simon Weir. So Simon plots the route and I film everything and I bring the people and off we go. It's worked really well. We did the first Scotland one last year, which was a roaring success. Obviously, I am Scottish and I thought I'd ridden most of the main biking roads up there. No, there was quite a few new ones to me, so I'm editing episode 2 of that at the moment. Episode 1 is currently live, and I'm doing episode 2. There's probably going to be 5 or 6 episodes, because pretty much every day gets its own episode, I think. So there's lots to come in that. The tours start in March with the Forest Frolics, which is down to Luxembourg and across. I think we go into a little bit of the Black Forest as well. It is early March. It's a gamble with the weather. It's going to be wet. Shouldn't be any snow, but it'll probably be wet. But, what a way to start the year. It's going to be some awesome roads down there. Then basically there's one tour a month right up until September's the last one. And then in June, I think it is. No, it's July. In July, I'm off to Morocco with Toro Adventure again. Pete's coming on that one, Pete English. So I cannot wait for that. I'm starting to get a few events coming in as well. I've done a couple already. I did an evening with at Woodrow's Motorcycle Cafe in Swansea. If you don't know, Woodrow's it's like a bike shed type of affair. It's a cafe stroke sort of premium biker clothing type venue in Swansea. It's really nice. It's owned and run by Tom Woodrow, who is the producer director for Adventure Bike TV, Motorbike TV show. So he asked if I'd come and do their first evening with. So I think it's going to be the first Friday, or at least one Friday every month. He's going to have a new guest there, and it's just an evening sort of laughs and giggles, bit of an interview. He has filmed it all, my one anyway, I know that, so he's sort of drip feeding that onto their socials, so make sure you follow, I think it's Motorbike TV, Adventure Bike TV, or Woodrow's MC, and you can see what it's all about there. I just did one on Thursday just gone. I did a presentation with Way Valley IAM night. So that was good. It was just all about the world trip. I've been around the world, So that was cool. That was really good, actually. I kind of feel a bit weird chatting about the world trip because I kind of think, well, it's done. Everyone's heard the story, but there's still loads of people out there who've never heard about it and don't know the story. So, yeah, if you've got a club or anything and you're looking for a guest speaker, drop me a line because I like to talk, as you've probably guessed. What else has got coming up? I was supposed to be at the Armchair Adventure Festival. I was supposed to be going back there this year, but sadly I've had to pull out because the Morocco trip has had to be put back a few days, which means I'm going to miss that one. But I've not been to Morocco in quite a few years now, so I can't not go on that. I think I'm at the Adventure Bike Rider Festival. I think they have contacted me again, asking me for some sort of promo shots, but I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing there, so I've asked for clarification. I don't know what I'm doing, if I'm doing anything there or what. So I might be there, I might not. I don't know. What else was going to be happening? I was supposed to be doing the Winter Warmer. That's the regular feature with the Overland event. That's their first one in February, but they've had to cancel that, sadly. Some issues with the venue. And I can't make the main one in August, September time. I think we have a family wedding, so I'm going to miss that one. I'm gutted. But if you fancy it, folks, the Overland event, that really is a very nice, intimate event. That was my go-to event. I've had the boys on Saul and Paddy. I've had them on the podcast, so make sure you listen to that if you don't know what that's about. Good bunch. Really, really good bunch. Sorry, let's have a look. Rebecca Christie, can I ask you a really boring question? Do we have to watch the full ads for you to get the payments for them? No, not at all, Rebecca. All you need to watch is till it lets you skip. Some ads it won't let you skip, so sadly, yeah, you're going to have to watch them. But if it comes up skip ad, just click skip ad, because I think you only need to watch like the first 5 seconds, and that's it. So don't worry about that, especially you folk in the clan. You're already going way above and beyond the Call of Duty by helping to support me in the clan. So, don't worry about skipping ads and stuff like that. And while we're on the topic of ads, a few people have commented sometimes saying, there's just a ridiculous amount of ads. If that happens, please do let me know. DM me on the socials or just comment, but let me know, because I will not have any more on the podcast, especially. There won't be any more than one ad every half an hour. And on the main TeapotOne channel, I saw anything over 20 minutes, then I might put an ad in the middle of a vid. But otherwise, it'll be one every 20 minutes or every half hour on the podcast. Obviously, I'll have them at the start and at the end. And if it's over 20 minutes, there might be one or two in between it. Where else were we there? 2-4 Charlie. Any more TV work in the pipeline? No, mate, no. Nothing as yet. Nobody's... Well, I don't know if I can... I can't really talk about it. Somebody did approach me when I first left Motorbike TV, but nothing's come of that. And to be honest, I prefer doing my own thing. You know, if you know me, you know I'm a bit of a control freak. I'm quite stubborn. I like to do my thing. I don't like being told what to do at all. Probably why I left the old bill. So I think I'm happier now. I'm finding my little place in this YouTube realm. Speaking of which, there's a few things that we can cover in this. I'm all about touring. I'm all about what we do, you know, getting out on the road, meeting up with people, going new places, meeting new folk, having a chat, having a laugh. That's me. That's what I'm about. That's why I love bikes. So that is what I want to be promoting, and I'll be doing that through all the different tours that we're doing this year and the clan meets. So obviously we've got one in Isle of Man coming up. That's the first one we've got, but we can certainly get our heads together. Can do that tonight if you want, or probably we're better off doing that privately over on like the clan page on Patreon, just because obviously this is going to go public, and the idea of the clan meets is that only people in the clan come to them. So yeah, not really any TV work in the pipeline as yet. Never say never, obviously, because if the right thing comes along, then yeah, I would certainly openly discuss it with anyone that was interested. But for the time being, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. Robert Aitken, are we going to need wetsuits for the Top Forest tour? I would definitely suggest, Robert, you take waterproof clothing, good waterproof clothing. If you've got Rucka, if you've got Climb, if you've got Dane, if you've got good quality Gore-Tex, like Gore-Tex Pro, then wear that, because it's going to be wet. There's no getting away from that. It is going to be wet. Why are we going so early in the season? Well, I'll be brutally honest with you. It seems that there's been a little bit of miscommunication between Simon and I. He meant April when he wrote March, but I took him for his word, and I booked it for March. But he did mean a month later. So, oh well. We're going in March. That's that. There shouldn't be any snow or ice or anything like that, but it probably will be wet. Nothing we can do about that. We'll have a giggle. Martin Yoxall, have you made sure all the rooms are available? Is this in reference to the Scotland tour first night issue? Oh man, I couldn't believe that happened. If you've not watched the vid yet, folks, I booked the hotel space for 15 rooms in Oban for the first night of the Scotland tour. And about 2:00 in the afternoon, bearing in mind we were going to be arriving in Oban around about 5:30 that night, the hotel called to tell me, oh, they didn't have 15 rooms, they only had 9. I mean, what they expect you to do with that? Thankfully, I managed to sort the situation. We did find some extra rooms, and it was remedied by Booking.com later on. But yeah, I will be calling all the hotels, contacting all the hotels before we go to confirm. I did do that before. Believe it or not, I did that on the Scotland trip. And that still happened. What can I say? I don't know how you prevent it, to be honest. Pete English, ref the trip to Europe last year, lost keys. Where were they? Oh, that was the Romania trip. Yeah, what it was, BMW GS, best bike in the world, obviously, has keyless transmission. So I've got into my bike, I've come out to the garage, and I'm wearing my Rucka down jacket, and I popped the keys into my pocket there, which I always do. Sorted all my stuff out, packed all the panniers up, put the panniers on the bike, got everything sorted, whacked on my big Rucka jacket, jumped on the bike, off I went. Yeah, off I went. It was really cold. So I get into France, into Calais. Halfway through the day, as I'm working my way through France into Germany, it's heated up quite nicely now. It's quite a nice day. So I took off the Rucka padded jacket and stuffed it into the bottom of my rucksack. not realising that the keys for the bike were still in the padded jacket. So all it was they were in the bottom of my bag in a black padded jacket. When I get the sign to show up on the dash saying, keys aren't in range, I've checked my rucker jacket, which is where I normally put all my keys, the outer jacket, and I couldn't find the bike keys. I could only find the house keys. So started to panic a little bit. Had a look in my rucksack, but I did a man look, and obviously I've looked into a rucksack in the dark, sort of, darkish inside the rucksack like that. And I've not noticed that there's a jacket at the bottom. So that's all it was just I haven't looked properly. So I did find the keys, obviously, no issue. And I did think to myself, this might make a little bit of content for social media. And crazily, it did fantastically well, that little short. So, yeah. 24 Charlie, Morocco, July, hot. You're telling me, I said to them, I said to Lyndon, it's going to be over 50 degrees, but we're going in July, so, oh well. Ben Farmer, hiya! Ben Farmer. Ben is the chap organising the Isle of Man clan meet. How you doing, Ben? Round the world, what? Oh, is that me? Oh, because I was talking about around the world. Yeah, cheers. John McPhee, why has 6 mins it? Way, 6 mins in and round the world trip. Genuinely, do I talk about it a lot? Because I started sort of taking the mick about it because I thought I didn't talk about it a lot, so I'd mention it. I'd play up anytime I did mention it. But if I do mention it a lot, then please let me know genuinely, and I need to curtail that. I don't want to be one of those wankers. 24 Charlie, ABR, be there or be square. Yeah, I would love to. Hopefully I will be there soon. Hopefully. Motocad, evening folks. How you doing, pal? You all right? Rebecca Christie, great, because I heard that you didn't get paid if we skipped. I felt guilty because I always skip. No, don't worry about it, honestly. As far as I'm aware, as long as you watch whatever's required, so if it's one of those skippable ads, as long as you watch till it says skip ad, then as far as I'm aware, I still get a percentage of the ad revenue. 24 Charlie, you've been watching Baron Von Grumble's Torque series. Do you know, I've not had a chance to yet, but it's on the list. Someone I definitely want to watch. I was chatting with Baron today, actually, via some DMs and stuff. Speaking of which, how many of you went to go and see Budget Bike Battle at the cinema? It was mega. What a fantastic experience. I'm so chuffed it went well for the boys. They put some graft in there, and that was a big gamble for them. So I'm chuffed it's turned out so well for them. And the Budget Bike Battle, wow. When that comes out on YouTube, I'll be watching it again, because obviously the cinema one is quite a condensed version of it. On YouTube, you're going to get full-length episodes, but it is mega. It's really, really good. Ben Farmer, do what you do, Bruce. We all love it. Is that for the round the worldy stuff? Simon Lewis, evening folks. Hope all good. Looking forward to catching up with the clan in the Isle of Man. Awesome, nice one, Simon. Me too, mate. I really cannot wait for this. It's going to be a great laugh. Hartley Rides, recent podcast you talked about the new GS 1300 or 1400. What are BMW going to have to add to the new tractor to get you to pull the trigger on a new one? I'll be brutally honest with you. If the new GS is basically what we have now with the 1250, it's just an extra 50 or 100cc, whether it's 1300 or 1350 or 1400cc, I'd be happy if it just did that. That would do me. But I think they're going to have a few tricks up their sleeve. Certainly adaptive cruise control. I think that's a given. That's coming. I'm a little bit nervous about this. The talk that they're going to have a sort of off-road focused model and a road focused model. I'm not sure. Like Triumph do that, don't they? And I don't really like that. I like with the GS that you can. It does everything. That's the whole point of that bike for me, is that it munches miles on the motorway, it munches miles touring across continents. You can really mix it up in the twisties with the best of them. And if you want, you can push a button and just ride straight off the road onto some dirt track and do that if you're a maniac. I like that. And the idea of having different bikes, different models to specialise in either one, that makes me feel a little bit, no. But maybe it's just because it's change. and I don't do change. Maybe I have to embrace change. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Either way, I'm nervous about being one of the first ones to get a new model. You know, I'm reticent to pull the plug and be one of those first 6-month purchases. However, you know, with a selfish head on, if I was to get a brand new 1350, 1400, whatever it is, GS, and it was to have issues, it would be great content for the channel, wouldn't it? And it would be great sort of buyer experience for all you folks to watch and see how BMW handle all that. So I don't know. We'll see. I was actually chatting with BMW Park Lane. They were on the phone a week or two ago because my finance is due up in June anyway on the tractor I've got just now. So we were discussing different options that may be available. They don't even know, or certainly they're not telling me, but they don't know for sure when the new one's coming out. They're talking about possibly end of this year with a view to it being delivered for like the new reg, what's that, February, March next year. So we'll see. We'll see. Ben Farmer, 24 Charlie, yes, been great and very brave of him. TeapotOne, what's that? What was that? Oh, about Baron and his Torque series. Yeah, absolutely. If you're not aware, folks, Chris from 44 Teeth, Baron von Grumble, he does suffer from some mental illness, I suppose you could call it, depression, things like that. And he's very, very open about it. Now, if you follow his Baron von Grumble Instagram account, then most mornings he does a live stream on Instagram every morning when he's out walking. And he just chats about everything and anything. Some days he has, you know, he's having episodes, he's struggling, but he's open about it. So he's devised this. Here it is here. You can go on the 44 Teeth website and you can get one of these stickers. It's called Permission to Torque sticker. And basically all it is, it's if you get it and you put it on your bike or if you put it on your lid, it just means that you're open. If somebody out there needs somebody to talk to, then if they see this, then they know they can just come up and have a chat with you. Well, that goes without saying. If you need to chat, just drop me a line. As long as you buy me a cup of coffee, you know, I'm anyone's. John McPhee, any plans to meet up with your bandmates, Dickie, Anus, etc.? Yeah, I would love to. I genuinely would love to. I was chatting with Dickie last week on WhatsApp, actually, because I'd love to get him back on the podcast. Hopefully we'll be making that happen. Andy, TMF, just seems to be busy all the time. John, Lamb Chops, I saw him at the 44 Teeth premiere, the budget bike battle. He was there as well, so we're having a wee chat especially about the Big Hunt series. We need to get that up and running. So it's just a question, folks, of finding the time to do it. It really is. I'm sort of up against it at the moment. I've still got such a backlog of content. Such a backlog of content to edit. But I'm getting there. I'm working my way through it. But it's sort of at the detriment of anything new, because apart from the tours, I've no plans this year to be creating any new content until I've cleared this backlog, because I've got stuff going back, 2 years. I did a tour to Switzerland 2 years ago and I still haven't, Mark, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry, I still haven't edited that. And every time I think, right, I'll edit that one next, something else comes in and sort of jumps in front of it and I have to get that done. So, yeah, I need an editor, but again, I'm a control freak, and the thought of, I feel like I'd be cheating you folks. If I got somebody else in to edit my stuff, it doesn't feel right. I know a lot of other people out there do it, but I don't know. It just feels like I'm cheating and I'm cheating on you. It just doesn't feel right. So at the moment, I'll try and figure my own way through it for the time being. Where was that? Debbie Clegg, hi from Deb and Ian. Bit late, phone wouldn't connect to the telly box. How you doing, Debbie and Ian? How are you? You all right? Andrew Gralton, big thank you to Ben Farmer for the Isle of Man trip. Absolutely. That's a mammoth task you've taken on board there, Ben, so a huge thank you. We'll get you a beer for sure at the weekend. Rebecca Christie, Al and I will be at the ABR. Nice one. Come up and say hello. I think we could have our own little sort of clan gathering there, couldn't we? Steve 1300, evening all. How you doing, Steve? All right, pal. Dakar Steve at Hartley Rides. Paint it orange, make it a V-twin. Do you know, that is still on my mind, Steve. I have to say, the next bike, I'm open to what the next bike will be. It's not necessarily going to be a GS. It's not necessarily going to be an adventure bike. We'll see. Hartley Rides, saw BBB in Brum. Good night. Yeah, it's quality, isn't it? Mark from Leeds. Klim Carlsbad suit is the bomb. I've been suitably underwater on the last few of my videos. I've not seen that yet, Mark, but I will watch it, I promise. Nice to know that you've tested it. Hartley Rides, Dakar Steve, very good. Ben Farmer, MFL in the house. MFL. Mark from Leeds. Love it. Mate, you've got a whole merch line. You must do. You've got a whole merch line coming. Daniel Wilkinson, hi Bruce and all. New to the clan, Welshman living in Orkney, hoping to join you on the East 500. Nice one. How you doing, Daniel? Welcome to the clan, pal. What's it like up in Orkney? I've only ever been there once, and I loved it. I used to go out with sorry, Mrs. Teapot. I used to go out with a lassie from Orkney, from Stromness, and loved the place. Really, really, really nice place. And if you fancy coming on the East 500, please do. Folks, there are lots of spaces on that one. That's the one that I really need to work on to get full. East 500, what is it? It is Simon Weir's, in his own words, possibly the greatest riding available in the UK. And I laughed in his face when he said that. East 500, it's all round like Lincolnshire, all up round Cadwell Park and up towards Whitby and all these places. I mean, it is good, but I thought, it's not going to be better than, Wales and Scotland. But he's adamant. He says, yep, there are some gems up there which people just don't ride. So he's put together this 500-mile-ish tour over, I think is it 2 nights, 3 days? And we're doing that. So there's a few of you already booked on it. But if you fancy it, check out the Chicken Strips, chickenstrips.co.uk website, and come along. Stitch. Yeah, Stitch. Brand new model GS. Take one for the team, Bruce. I think we all realise that I probably am going to, don't we? But I like to keep myself open, If there is like a miraculous, amazing launch of some new bike, either before or around about the same time that this new GS is announced, then, I might not be averse to switching. We'll see. Everyone's got a GS now, haven't they? Everyone's got. Michael Whiting, hi all. I think BMW GS will be going the way of the KTM with the S and the R, more off-road model. Yeah, I know. I really don't like I don't like that. That's why I like sticking with the GS, is that it's a do-it-all machine. And I just don't like the idea of them following everybody else. Just make your own plane, BMW. Just make your own way. 2-4 Charlie, when are you going to take part in the greatest off-road school known to man, English Motorcycle Adventures? As soon as I can, mate. As soon as I can get up there, I'm there. Absolutely. It sounds a great laugh. Pete and all you lot seem to be building a really fun environment, dare I say it, for off-road riding. So, yeah, I fancy coming up there for sure. I just need a wee swig, excuse me. By the way, Slange, if you've got a tipple for this evening. Oh, Richard Slater, message retracted. Oh, what did he say? Mike Phillipson, evening Bruce. Great to see Chicken Strips is back up alive and kicking. Let's ignore what Mr. Weir says about Ireland and how it's always sunny. When are we going? Yes, firstly, I'm so chuffed to get Chicken Strips back up and running. It's been a long time, hasn't it? It's been almost 3 years since the last Chicken Strips before we went to Scotland was, blimey, was that the Pico's Portugal trip when my mate Amish tried to kill himself? I think that was probably the last one, which was 2018, 2019. Wow, where's that time gone? What else did you say? Ireland, when are we going? again, yeah, Mike, I wanted Ireland to happen last year, and then I thought, right, I'll definitely do it this year, as well as the States and India. India's already too late, I think. It's going to be too late to do India. And then it's just a question of time and money, mate. And I'm preciously short of both, really, at the moment. We get these tours out of the way, and I should have a little bit of a battle fund that I can chuck towards something like an Ireland trip. I don't want to do a chicken strips tour there without me going first, if you know what I mean. It's not right for me to take a tour there to somewhere I've never ever been before, so that doesn't feel right. I would rather recce it myself and do my thing, and then, then we'll devise a tour. Pardon me. Pete English 24 Charlie, your next school day is ice riding. How you doing, Pete? Are you all right, mate? I saw you had a bit of a spill on the ice. All you maniacs out riding this, although I was riding in it the other Thursday night, going to this this presentation that I did. Blimey, that was fun. I came off the M25 at the Leatherhead junction, straight to the first roundabout, and it was like I was drifting round the roundabout. Just the back started to let go as I was going round. I was like, oh dear, this is going to be fun. But thankfully, she straightened up. She was all right. Yeah, look after yourselves, folks. If you're out riding and all this. T24 Charlie, I'm no Torval and Dean, Pete. I don't know, Simo. I think you'd be quite light on your feet, you. Richard Slater, message retracted again. What's going on, Richard? Daniel Wilkinson, keep editing yourself, fella. Your style is yours. Changing editor would change that. Yeah, that's what I think. It just doesn't seem right at the moment. I might get to the stage where I may have to look at getting somebody to do the. Like with editing is, certainly for me, it's like a 2, possibly 3 stage affair. So the first stage, the most labour intensive, is literally sitting down and putting all the footage onto the timeline, syncing all the cameras up and putting it all out into the timeline. So, for example, today I've just done day 2 of the Scotland tour. By the time I take all the footage and I lay it out chronologically from the start of the day to the end of the day, sync everything up, I think there's roughly about 3 hours worth of footage. Obviously, I can't put 3 hours worth of unedited footage up, but that first bit takes the longest, and then and probably this next bit, and then the next bit I do is I go through all that footage and I chop out all the bits that I think are going to be useful. They either add something to the story or bits I could use in a montage. They add something to it. So I'll chop out all of the guff, the first layer of guff, and then that gives me, say, from 3 hours I might get it down to an hour or an hour and a half. Then that's when the real fun starts, is because you then take that and you mould that into whatever story you want to tell. You start adding, you do little montages, you add some music, you can start playing around with different camera shots, you can maybe reorder some of the bits if it gives a bit of a better story, all that sort of stuff. You sort of dress the final product. Well, that first stage or 2, that could maybe be done by somebody else, and then I add my sort of thing, my guff. I add my bit to the finished edit. But I don't know. I'm not ready to do that yet. But that might have to happen eventually, if I can find somebody that'll do it for 10 quid. Rebecca Christie, clan gathering at ABR would be awesome. Yeah, definitely. And again, if you're on the Facebook page, folks, those of you who are new to the clan, there is a private Facebook group for TeapotOne Patreon supporters. It's nothing to do with me. I didn't set this up. Pete, one of the Petes, set it up originally. Now Pete English has taken it over. He's admin for it. So it's just somewhere where all you folks, you can go there and you can chat and you can organise your own meetups and your own ride-outs if you want. Obviously, I can see everything that's on that page anyway, and I do try to sort of keep an eye on what's going and answer any questions and things that are on there. But it's your sort of space. It's your little safe space. It's your place where you can organise your own type of stuff if you want to, outside of me going, let's go and do this, let's go and do that. you folks can organise it. Daniel Wilkinson, effing windy. Oh, he lives in Stromness. Aye, Orkney. Yeah. Shetland. Have you been? You must have been up to Shetland, surely, Daniel. Yeah, Shetland's even worse, man. I don't think there's a tree in Shetland. There might be one tree left. But yeah, it's a bit windy up there. Steve 1300, I'm signed up for the Isle of Man trip and the Picos. Very excited, so thinking of getting a camera of some kind. What would you recommend to catch some memories? I really want to drone too. Right, awesome that you're coming to the Picos. That one is going to be phenomenal. Because this time with the Picos, obviously I've been loads. I've run my own tours there many times. Well, the route this time is plotted by Simon. And there's lots there looking at the route that I've never done. There's lots that I have, but there's lots I've not. So I'm as intrigued as everybody else to see what this new stuff's going to be like. Camera-wise, I think it comes down to two. It comes down to the GoPro and it comes down to DJI, the Osmo, or the Action, whatever it is that it's called now. There's issues with both. I think from what I'm hearing, the DJI doesn't have as many firmware issues as the GoPros seem to have. Although, having said all that, with the GoPros moving to these white Enduro batteries, I swear that is a game changer. Moving from the original blue batteries to these white Enduro ones, they cost exactly the same, but they just seem to be much more reliable. Another thing I've noticed, if you notice that your battery is starting to swell at all, even if it's a tiny amount, ditch it, because that seems to affect the performance of the camera. I seem to get loads and loads of hang-ups in the camera if I use a battery which even just slight swelling. I've had a couple which are proper naughty. They've almost burst and I've still been putting them in. It's my own fault. Shouldn't have done that. I've binned them now. But yeah, these new ones on the GoPros, particularly GoPro 10. I've not got the 11 yet. The GoPro 10 is a game changer in that if it does freeze, you can push and hold the power button whilst you're riding. Obviously, you pull over to the side of the road, and if you push and hold the power button for like 10 seconds, it does like a fresh restart of the camera. Before that, you used to have to stop, you used to have to unplug everything, take the camera out the casing, pull the battery out, put the battery back in, do it all that way. Now you don't need to do that. You just push and hold on the power button and it sorts it. I personally would go with the GoPros, but if you're used to using DJI, try one of the Actions. Insta360s, they are good. They've got a time and a place. In particular, the 360 side of things, you can overdo 360, I think. Less is more, for sure, with 360 footage. But it's not as good, the footage, in terms of resolution, in terms of quality, compared to something like the DJI or the GoPro. Insta, obviously, they also have the 1R series. I've not used any of them, so I couldn't comment on what they're like. I imagine they'll be very similar to the quality you get from GoPro and DJI, so that might be one you want to try yourself. They are expensive, but I know a GoPro, if you do the yearly subscription, which is 45, 50 quid, I think, a year, then the price of, say, a Hero 11, that goes from 500 odd quid down to about 330, 340 quid. So there's some substantial savings you can make with it. Oh, drone-wise, I think at the moment there can be, if you're in the UK or Europe, the only drone that you should be looking at is the DJI Mavic Mini Pro. I think that's what it's called. It's below 250 grams, tiny little camera, fantastic. Don't buy one thinking that you're going to be able to have it flying around you, tracking you as you ride. It just won't. It just doesn't work with motorcycles. It's not reliable. It's not advisable to do that out on public roads. If you're in America or Canada, then get something like, the only drone to get for that sort of stuff is the Skydio 2. Absolutely stunning, absolutely amazing. That thing will follow you through the woods. It's an incredible bit of kit, but it's not legal in the UK and Europe at the moment, sadly. So yeah, if you're here, go for the DJIs. Right, Martin Yoxall. Hi Tony, how's your helmet? Well, I've missed something here then. Where were we? Oh, blimey. Where's the thing about the drone? John McPhee, new merch. Oh, God. Wow, Roger and Charlotte are probably shouting at the screen right as we speak. They have sent me a couple of new bits of merch. What have we got? I think one of them is this. It's just a slightly new style of cap and a different colour. I need to take some pictures of me wearing that. And they've sent me a new hoodie. It's a slightly new style of hoodie. So I need to get pictures done of that. You might remember the last live stream we did. I had a new t-shirt. It's the bear. Some days you're the bear, some days you're the woods. There were a few issues with that design, which I wasn't happy with, so we're just having that rectified, and then that will be coming out. So there will be some new merch coming soon. Simon Lewis, East 500. If it's hitting Yorkshire, then it has to be good. Some outstanding roads with epic scenery in Yorkshire. Do you know, I thought us Scotsmen, the Scottish people, were passionate about our homeland, but folk from Yorkshire take it to a whole new level. Yes, Yorkshire is good. Sam Vincent. Yeah. How you doing, Sam? You all right, pal? Be getting you on here soon. Pete English. Can't beat the East. My playground. Yeah, absolutely. You could do your own tours, Pete, for sure. Sam Vincent. First live stream. Evening all. How you doing, man? You all right? Channel's doing well, pal? Dakar Steve. Bruce. My Super Duke R is up for grabs. Proven machine on all surfaces. Will do you a good deal. Why are you getting rid of it, Steve? What's going on? Why? What's happening? Ben Farmer, 24 Charlie. Did Pete English pay you to say that? Probably. Dakar Steve, it's Sam Vincent. Eop. Richard Slater, hi. Joined the clan this month. Had my 1200 GS since April and love it. Do you use Arden, BMW and Tonbridge? If you do, how do you find them? I used to when they were Coopers, and then they went really downhill just before, a year or two before COVID hit. They really went downhill and I was going off them. Then during COVID, it was pretty horrendous. To be expected, really, during COVID. They were on restricted staff levels and everything. And then it just never seemed to really recover after that. I tried going back to them a few times, but the service was terrible. So I've just not bothered going back. You know, I've tried to get my bike booked in a few times with service, for a service with them, and they've never called me back. And when they did, you're talking months and months and months before I could get the bike in. So I started using other ones. I'm using, there used to be Chandler's down in Brighton. I think they're called Group 1 now, something like that. But I'm using them at the moment. They've been good as gold. They've been really good so far, no complaints. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to go all over the place. I've been all the way up near Milton Keynes before to get the bike serviced. If someone gives me good service, I'll travel. So I'm quite happy to change dealerships depending on what sort of service you get. And I think you should be too. Vote with your feet, people. Ben Farmer, Steve 1300. Have you emailed the clan email? Ooh. Right. If you're new to the clan, folks, and you are coming or want to come on the Isle of Man trip, then you need to find a post from Ben that details. It gives his email, and you need to contact Ben and let him know that you're coming. Ben, if you're still on here, mate, I suggest we maybe do another post about that, both in the Facebook group and on the clan page, main Patreon page, because there's been an influx of new people since I did the last meetup vid. Missington Flyer, what did I miss? How you doing, Andy? How are you, man? Everything all right? Tony Hannum, evening, Bruce. Sorry I'm late. Hope you're well. Hi, guys. No worries at all, Tony. How are you, pal? Ben Farmer, TMF, something about going around the world. Very good. Martin Yoxall, hi, Tony. How's your helmet? Brilliant. Yes. How is your helmet, Tony? Hope you've cleaned it. Andrew Gralton, Bruce, we enjoy you because of the way you are, so do what makes you happy. Re the editing process, I would say it matters more to you than us. Is there any good teaching routes you could consider? Any good teaching? I did initially think about getting like a local college, like a multimedia course, that sort of thing. You know, maybe having one of their students or something use use my content for their portfolio type of thing. You know, they could use that to edit with, and then if it's any good, then I then utilize that on the channel. But again, I think I'm too much of a control freak. I'm not ready to let go of that side of it yet. I want to get up to speed, or try and get up to speed myself. Although I know I'm stalling quite badly. Gordy C, evening. How you doing, Gordy? Hartley Rides, Martin Yoxall. Didn't realise you and Tony were that intimate. Is that about his helmet? Yeah, there's a story there. Brian Longimanis, hi clan, sorry I'm late. Is Mike the Mute on here? How you doing, Brian? How you doing, man? Mike, you just about wore out the bleeper in that last vid, and I'm getting to that stage in day 2 where the bleeper is starting to come out a lot now, but it's not necessarily you. There's some other people coming to the fore in this one. But anyway, how are you, Brian? You all right, pal? Martin Yoxall at Hartley Rides. It's a clan thing. You'll find out. Take a ticket and wait in line. Is this about the helmet? If you're coming on tour with me with chicken strips, do not leave any of your kit lying about. That's all I'm going to say. Hartley Rides, explain Tony's high voice. Yeah, there's more to it. Rebecca Christie, bugger, Al and I will be in Germany meeting up with Rocket 111OC for the East 500. We'll have to look at some of the other chicken strip tours. No worries at all. No bother at all. All going well, there'll be plenty more next year. You're welcome on any of them. Tony Hannum, still smelling. What, your lid? I think I put up the picture, didn't I? I think I put the picture up in the last live stream about what this is all about. If not, it's on... Oh, it's in this one, isn't it? It's in the Scotland tour. Oh, well, you'll figure out what all this is about, folks, when I finish the Scotland tour. It'll be right at the end of the last episode. That's all I'm saying. Brian Longimanis, Isle of Man merch. Now, I think, Ben, is that something we've discussed? Is that something that is public as yet? I'm not sure. If it wasn't, I've sort of let the cat out the bag. And if we weren't doing it, maybe we should need to do it. But anyway, we'll sort it. No worries. Daniel Wilkinson, merch. How about a beard design snood, printed or actually hairy? Do you know, I did look at this a few years ago myself before... was that before the influencer store came on board? I think it was. I did look at it, and I think I did a little vote on Facebook or something like that, and people were just like, no, the beard's your thing. It's not something that should be out there for everybody else. But I think it would be quite cool. I think it would be quite a cool design. So yes, executive decision. Shush, bloomin' watch, always listening. So yes, executive decision. I think I'll go for that. A beard design snood. All right, Daniel, done. John McPhee, Bruce, come up Donington sometime. I'll do you some promo merch shots, get your best CNA modelling pose and pouting. My full influencer mode. What do you think? Yeah, eat your heart out. Yeah, Donny, love to. I really want to do a track day at Donny. I've never done a track day at Donington. The last time I was heading there to do a track day was on the original Beast, and it was before I set off for the second time on the big trip, and that's where I snapped the subframe for the second time. Just coming off the M1 on a slip road, and it hit a bump and snapped the subframe. So that was the end of my track day. But yeah, I am. Yeah, sorry, John. Yeah, I'd appreciate that, mate. I would love to have someone do some proper shots. Be quite nice. That all the ones I've got of myself, I'm sort of like this with a camera, and it doesn't really come out very well. Ben Farmer, re-email. I'll post on Facebook after this. I think I have most people. Cool. All right. Yeah, folks, if you're new to the clan or you haven't joined the Facebook group yet, make sure you get onto the main clan page, patreon.com/TeapotOne. Find the post about the Isle of Man clan meet, and no, cancel that. Find the post about the private Facebook group. There's periodically I post up with all the details that are on there with a link and the password that you need. And if you've not joined it yet, make sure you get across and join that. Dakar Steve, Bruce, maybe I'm going to the dark side and getting a GS. Maybe not. Of course you're not. There's not a chance you will get a GS, mate. No way. I'd actually be quite disappointed in you, Steve, if you ventured to the dark side. No way. No way. Mark from Leeds. Awesome that my bromance, Mr. Vincent, is going to be on Brew Time soon. Yes, yeah, I'm looking forward to having a chat with you, Sam. Nice one. So, folks, get your questions ready. I'll be posting up. Are you coming on next? No, it's the one after, I think, Sam. I've got the Tamp lads on next. Is that next week or this week? What's this week? They're coming on. The Tamp boys, they're coming on. I think Sam's the following week. Rebecca Christie, Rocket 3 Owners Club. What's that? Oh, sorry, right. Were you going to Germany meeting up with when I said Rocket 111 OC? Okay, I get you. Sorry. I'm not down with the kids, Rebecca. Apologies. Mark from Leeds. Defo Isle of Man t-shirt. 20 quid, take my money. Andrew Gralton. Bruce, is it true TMF is going to start using a guide for his bike reviews after all his tours? Using a guide for his bike reviews? I don't get that. Sorry, Andrew, what do you mean, mate? I don't get it. Is it true TMF is going to start using a guide for his bike reviews after all his tours? I don't get it. Am I reading that wrong? Sorry, mate, if I'm reading it wrong. MotoCAD, how's the refurb of the Gixxer getting on? We've not started it. I need to contact Ollie and arrange a date for him to come over. So he's going to come over and we'll literally just have a look and see what we're working with. I don't think it's going to be that complicated. I don't think it is. Depends if there's any major underlying issues with the bike, but I don't think there will be. She'll probably need some new hoses and obviously new fluids, and she'll need the front forks and the shock and everything refurbished and resorted. But it's only money, isn't it? But yeah, hopefully we'll have the bike up and running by the end of the year. Well, maybe even by the end of summer. Ollie, if you're watching this, mate, I will be in touch very soon. It's been a hellish busy start to the year. With all the tours and everything, I've just got loads of admin. Plus, the accountant needed all the taxes, the stuff done ready for the tax man. So it's been a busy old month, this. Ben Farmer, Isle of Man merch. No, we hadn't, but yes, I agree we should. Okay, right. We'll put our heads together, mate. I'll drop you a wee line tomorrow. Sam Vincent, make sure the questions are utter filth, please. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We need, and Sam, I don't know if you drink, but if you do drink, mate, have a few beers ready, because it's been a long time since I've got proper sauced on a podcast, and I do think they're some of the best ones. Speaking of which, I need another wee swig. Sorry to interrupt, folks. I will be quick. It is sponsor shout-out time. We are sponsored, as always, by Ultimate Add-ons. Bit of a blurb to read out for them. Ultimate Add-ons are the premium manufacturer of mobile phone and action camera mounting solutions for motorcycles, with a kit for any bike and a proven track record of creating products that keep your devices safe, secure, and easily accessible. The Ultimate Add-ons product range is ideal for any rider, from the commuter to the round-the-world adventurer. Why shell out on an expensive GPS system when you could use your smartphone, keeping it charged and within easy reach to take photos of your travels at the same time? Ultimate Add-ons waterproof, shockproof and dustproof tough cases are available for all flagship smartphone models and are designed by riders for riders. Find out why Ride Magazine gives Ultimate Add-ons their coveted Best Buy certification. Keep riding this winter with Ultimate Add-ons. It's all about the journey. Now, folks, if you head to ultimateaddons.com and use the code TeapotOne10, you'll get 10% off. I've got an affiliate link for them as well, which I'll leave down below. So if you listen to the podcast, check out the show notes. If you're watching the vid, have a look at the vid description. And obviously with the affiliate, I also make a slight commission off that. Costs you nothing more. So a massive thanks to Ultimate Add-ons. We are also sponsored by, as always, the Influencer Store. Influencer Store handle all my merch. You can see up there, I've got loads of hats, there's hoodies, there's all sorts of things. So if you head to TeapotOne.com, head to the shop, you can check out all the merchandise, and that is all handled by the folks over at the Influencer Store. The Influencer Store helps you build your brand, big or small, providing you with a solution and apparel. We help you to increase your fan base while supporting you with starting your own influencer clothing line with nothing more than just an idea or design, and there are no hidden costs. For more info, come check us out at theinfluencerstore.co.uk or drop us an email at online@influencerstore.co.uk for more information. Again, there'll be links down below, folks. Lastly, a big shout out to all of you over in the clan, over on Patreon. As always, folks, I keep saying this, but it is true. I literally could not do this full time without your support over there. So a huge, heartfelt thank you from me. If you'd like to go that extra mile and help support both the podcast and the main TeapotOne vid channel, then head to patreon.com/TeapotOne. Again, links down below. A massive thanks to each and every one of you who's listening or watching the podcast. I love doing the podcast. I really do. And I love getting all the feedback from you, from all the various different guests that we've had. If you could be so kind, on whatever platform it is that you're listening or watching the podcast, if you're listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify in particular, you can rate the podcast on there. Obviously, a 5-star rating goes a long way to help boost the podcast up through the ranks. And if you're watching the video, just give it a like, give it a comment, and both video and audio, if you share that with everyone that you think might be interested, that would be a massive help. All right, folks, let's get back to it. Right, we're 50 minutes into this one. I don't want this one to run on too long, folks. So, I was thinking 2 hours tops, but, if it's an hour, hour and a half, fine. It's a Sunday night. You need to spend time with your families, whether you like it or not. The Dakar Steve at Sam Vincent already on it. Didn't see what that was. Brian Longimanis, Isle of Man merch. I'll give good money for that. All right, it's going to have to be a good design then, isn't it? We're going to have to do a good design for this one. Ben Farmer, Brian Longimanis, as if I didn't have enough to do. What do you mean? You've only got to... Well, speaking of which, right, Isle of Man trip. There are currently... In fact, let me get my phone ready for the little message from Ben. Excuse us. Right, confirmed. We have 43 bikes plus 3 pillions. When we get to the end of March, Ben's going to send out the menus for the restaurants on the Saturday and Sunday nights. Right, he's got one request, folks. We're going to be using the drop-off marker system. If you don't know what that is, there's some videos on YouTube all about it, funnily enough. And I think Dickie Vegas has actually done one, and it's pretty good. If not, I might need to do one myself. But I'm sure Rich has done one. But the drop-off marker system relies on a tail end Charlie, somebody at the very back. You always stay at the very back. So with the drop-off, the front always stays the same, and then the back always stays the same, and everybody else circulates according to the drop-off marker system. The person that was going to be the tail end Charlie has had to pull out, which now means we need a volunteer. So if anyone is out there who is willing to volunteer, dare I say it, if you have a high-vis jacket of some kind, or you just ride, you stand out, like if either your lead or the clothing that you wear or your bike, if it really stands out, that's the key, so that everybody can pick you out, no problem at all, in the mirrors or whatever. That's ideal. So if somebody is willing to be tail end Charlie, please post up on the Isle of Man post page on Patreon, or drop Ben a line. Right, Mark from Leeds. Sam will be on the whiskey. Oh my God, that's gonna get proper messy. Sam, if you're on whiskey, I'll get whiskey. I'll be paralytic by the end. Sam Vincent, I have 7 bottles of whiskey on my shelf, dear sir. Don't you worry about that. Jesus, seriously, are you going to be on the whiskey? I can't be drinking little brew dogs if you're going to be on the good stuff. In which case, I'll be on the whiskey. This is going to get messy. Woo-hoo, yes. Right, Martin Yoxall at Ben Farmer. You can always delegate. I can offer suggestions. Have you got a shit list, Martin? Have you? Rebecca Christie, Brian and Mike, are you doing another Southwest tour? It was ace, the last one. Genuinely, it was. Yeah, Ben, I don't want to put you under any more pressure, mate, than you already are. But that last Southwest one that we did with Brian and Mike was amazing. No pressure. Brian Longimanis at Ben Farmer, happy to help. What with Tail End Charlie? Very kind of you, mate. Very kind. Ben, you might just have your volunteer there, mate. Missenden Flyer, Happy Valley is on soon, just saying. Are we boring you, Andy? All right, pal. Ta-ta. John McPhee, did you see the Isle of Man TT merch shop closed up shop? No, I didn't know. Blimey, has it? I didn't know that. Sam Vincent, haha, MFL, you know me well. Oh, is that about the whiskey? Yeah, he did. He spotted that straight away. Mark from Leeds at Dakar Steve. He's bringing his hot paramedic lady friend. Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough. All's welcome. Chris Murphy, evening all. Sorry I'm late. No worries at all, man. No worries. Thanks for joining us. Brian Longimanis, 62 on the Devon ride, just saying at Ben Farmer. Bruce, you know how good I am at the rear. Yes, I do, Brian. Yes, absolutely. 62 on the Devon ride, yeah, absolutely. However, don't forget Isle of Man. Isle of Man is it's a bit of a trek to get there. I think 43 is not a bad effort. That's a fantastic amount, I'd say. I thought we might get a dozen, maybe 20 at a push. So yeah, cracking effort. Dakar Steve at Mark from Leeds. I said I'm bringing Abby. I've missed something there. 2-4 Charlie. I've a lovely pink polite vest if you want to borrow it. Is that my polite vest? Because I can't find my pink vest of shame. Or is that your own one? I can't find it. Chris Murphy. Evening all. Sorry I'm late. I thought you'd said that before. You did. It's no worries at all, Chris. No problem at all. Sam Vincent, Mac from Leeds has a bright pink polite vest he can use for Tail End Charlie. Has everybody got these bright pink vests then? I got one for the original vest of shame for chicken strips. What's your excuse? Mark from Leeds, Martin Yoxall does a good Tail End Charlie. What, the pirate? Yes, the pirate is good at the rear, has to be said. Ben Farmer at Brian Longimanis, on your bloody doorstep, not 400 miles away. I think he bit, Brian. I think he did bite. Gonna need a bigger boat. Hartley Rides, the Southwest meet was brilliant. Yes, it was. Mark from Leeds, Brian Longimanis and Mike are legends. Yep, they absolutely are. Martin Yoxall, Mark from Leeds. Someone else should get the honours. Oh, is that for Tail End? Yeah, I agree. I think you've done the rear a few times, haven't you, Martin? But you do it well, mate. You do it well. John McPhee, aye, sad one, and Conrad's coffee shop also closed in the news last week. No, did it? That was a really nice coffee shop, that. Oh, bugger. Oh, crap. Is that because of lack of business then, I'm assuming? Or I hope nothing else is going on. Oh, man, that was a really nice place, that. That was in Ramsey, isn't it? Yeah, I went there last year with Fulch, Mark Fulcher. Mark from Leeds at Dakar Steve, Exactamundo. You two are having your own little conversation here. Brian Longimanis at Rebecca Christie. We can always be talked into it. Oh yes, 40 odd is great for the trip involved. Yeah, absolutely. 40 odd people making the effort to go across to the Isle of Man, considering distant, logistics, cost. Fantastic effort. Thank you very much to everyone that's going. And Brian, if you lads want to do another Southwest one, then feel free. It was awesome, folks. On the topic of that, if you feel like organising your own sort of clan meet, then just drop me a line. Tell me what your plans are, where it's going to be, and we can check diaries, sort out some dates, and then get it underway. The idea of these clan meets is really to get all over the place. I really want to start going all over the UK and eventually beyond. We were talking about doing a Europe one, a Germany meetup with Likeable Rider and Andy Mancam. Not sure if that's going to happen at the moment. Andy Mancam is in the process of possibly moving away out of Germany. Sean, Likeable Rider, he's still up for it, but again, it's trying to find time. It's trying to find the time when we're all available, that we can do it. So If we can, it will happen, but at the moment, it's way down on the list, the Germany meet. But it will happen at some point. If not this year, then we'll sort something for next year. Daniel Wilkinson, is it me, or is that camera over your right shoulder using two hands to hold its huge cock? What this that one. That one there. Two hands to hold its huge cock. You've got a weird mind, Daniel. You have a very, very weird mind. Ben Farmer, I may have bit slightly. Yeah, I think you did, pal. I think you did bite. Mark from Leeds, I'm coming and bringing MFL. I'm coming. Oh, is this you and Sam talking about... Oh, no, you and Steve talking about who you're bringing. Steve 1300, I'd be up for a Southwest trip. I love that part of the country. Yeah, absolutely. It was mega. The route was awesome that we did last time. There's still plenty others that we need to do. Where have we been? We've done Southwest. We've done the lakes. We've done the Northeast. We're going to be doing Isle of Man. So there's still a Scotland one to do. There's still... where else could we go? I mean, we could do Peaks, but that's sort of Dickie Vegas' territory, isn't it? Maybe somewhere like... Maybe something like Norwich, Norfolk-y. Get Cy Weir to plot us a route maybe for that. Oh, there's loads we could do. Ideas on a postcard, folks. Let us know. Dakar Steve, we are on the 2 a.m. boat out of Heysham, landing at 6 a.m. Friday morning. If anyone wants to join us for our early lap, drop us a line. Awesome. Again, folks, yeah, get yourselves across onto the Facebook page, the private group, and you can all liaise together and sort all that out. Ben Farmer, have you ever seen Mark from Leeds and MFL in the same room? Very good. Missington Flyer, my bad, turns out Happy Valley is on at 9. What is Happy Valley? I don't know what that is. What is it? Someone tell me. Andrew Gralton, Clan Ride, how about one either in the northeast or southeast? Yeah, a few people have said to me about doing one down here in the southeast, but I mean, this is where I live and it's just traffic. It's just traffic everywhere. It would be an absolute nightmare to have a big group, like 40 to 60 odd people down here would just be carnage. I just don't think that would be fun. Maybe northeast. We could go back to the northeast. Pete English sorted one of the first ones we did actually up there in the northeast. That was good. Mark from Leeds at Ben Farmer, don't let the cat out of the bag. Or is this about you and MFL in the same room? John McPhee, Brecons, North Wales for Clan Tour. Oh yeah, have we done? We didn't do the Clan one, did we? Because the first ever one was Pheasant Gate, wasn't it? And that was going to be down into Wales. Right, Wales needs to be done, for sure. Missington Flyer, unbelievable. No wonder the Met tossed you. What, because I don't know what Happy Valley is? Pass, got no idea. Mark from Leeds, Happy Valley is a programme for old people. Ah, that'll be why TMF likes it then. Gotcha. All received, Mark, all received. MotoCAD, Highlands Clan Meet. I'm up for that, 100%. I'm up for that. Sam Vincent. See, the other problem, not problem, but a consideration for the meetups is because we get a reasonable large amount of people, 40 to 60 people, possibly more sometimes, you need to find somewhere that has accommodation for that amount of people. So that is something that we have to keep in mind. Scotland, you'd have to base yourself Inverness or like Fort William, somewhere like that. Yeah. Well, mind you, it's no hardship. You can get to most places within the day from either Fort William or Inverness. Right, who wants to take on that one then? The Scottish clan meet. Who's going to take on that? Names on a postcard. Sam Vincent, Clan Ride around the M25, banging trip. Oh yeah, it'd be mega. Probably take us a weekend. 2-4 Charlie, North Wales, might have to open a few gates, mind. Definitely, I'm up for it, let's do it. Hartley Rides, Happy Valley is where TMF keeps his ornament. Yes, what has happened to your ornament, Andy? I've not seen said ornament for a while in any of the vids. What's going on? Brian Longimanis, Wales, please. Okay, there's going to have to be a vote, isn't there? Am I going to have to do a vote on the Patreon page? Okay. Rebecca Christie, Happy Valley, the most ironically named programme about a Yorkshire female police sergeant. Oh, wow, she sounds a bundle of laughs already. Wow, is it? Oh, yeah. See, if it's anything to do with the old bill, I just won't watch it. They just annoy me. Martin Yoxall at Sam Vincent. We could go half CW and CCW and joust. We could go half CW and CCW. Clockwise and counterclockwise. I've missed something. God, I'm slow. Pete English, we need to do the lakes properly. Last 2 times have been cut short a little. Yeah, good point, actually, Pete. They have. Last time you needed trunks, didn't we? It's a little bit moist up there. Simon Lewis, yep, a dry lake strip, Pete, would be good. Okay. So far we've got Scotland, we've got Wales, and we've got lakes. And one request for another northeast, a southeast. God, there's plenty there, isn't there? Right, we'll have to do a little vote. But I think Scotland or Wales might win. Brian Longimanis, Pete Brownsmith for the Highlands. Oh yeah, Pete, are you on here? Pete, are you on tonight? I've not seen your name crop up. If you watch this, Pete, then I think we're putting you forward to organise the Scotland clan meet. Well done, congratulations. Good of you to volunteer. Daniel Wilkinson, Scottish meet, the weigh-in Thurso. Plenty of rooms given notice. In Thurso, right up the very top. No. The Missenden Flyer, I loaned it to Chopsy. What, the ornament? Oh, you're not going to want that back then, are you? Stay 1300, Wales vote. All right, we'll not vote here. Let's do the vote on a specific post because I'll forget. Chris Murphy, definitely Wales for clan meet. Oh no, another one for Druids. All right, okay. Sam Vincent, Wales is a cracking trip. One post your recce, but the Wild Atlantic Way is sublime. Just take waterproof gear. Oh, for Ireland, yeah. I've not heard anyone say to me, nah, don't bother with Ireland. Everyone is saying, get over there. It's amazing. So I will go. I want to go myself first, and then go back and we'll maybe do a meet-up over there as well. John McPhee, Happy Valley, sad Sunday telly. It sounds it, mate. It definitely sounds it. Rebecca Christie, get Maya to give you some ideas for clan meet in Wales. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I was going to meet up with Maya, actually. I need to sort something out for this year. We were going to do a bit of a meet-up and do a collab. She seems to know her stuff, doesn't she? Mark from Leeds, book it, I'm there. Camp in Pete Brownsmith's garden. Yeah, absolutely, whether he likes it or not. Space for 40. Dakar Steve at Mark from Leeds, we could all stay in the West Wing. Was this at Pete's place? Yeah. If he's there, he seems to be jetting off all over the place at the moment. Simon Lewis, Ireland, Wild Atlantic Way would be awesome. Plus Guinness. Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be carnage, that, isn't it? An Irish or Scottish in particular clan meet could get very, very messy. Although I think this Isle of Man one might be fairly well lubricated too. Sam Vincent, I thought Chops was walking funny in his last vid. Talking of Chops, what are you all thinking of his garage? I have proper garage envy. It looks amazing. I just realised I've got to the end of the questions. Have I missed anybody out in the questions? I was trying to keep up as we were going there. Right. Okay, so what else can I talk about? What needs to be spoken about? Brian Longimanis, amazing. Talking about Chops' garage. TMF, Chops' garage is shite. Not bitter at all, Andy, eh? Ben Farmer, after Scotland, what's the next vid? Right, okay. I need to get... This is what I mean. I want to do the Switzerland one because it is truly amazing. Although because it's 2 years ago and it's before I figured out the issues with the GoPro, I had lots of GoPro failures on that, so I'm relying heavily on the Inov K5 dashcam system because I just had the mic as a backup. So I was vlogging and I've managed to capture everything on the Inov. That is a little bit harder to edit because you've got forward and rear cameras that you have to sync up the whole way. The front is slightly out of sync with the rear, so you have there's slightly different frame rates as well. Weirdly, it's a weird thing. So it's a bit more involved, the initial setup of the edit. That's why I've been putting that one off and putting that one off. But the footage is amazing. You know, Switzerland is just mind-blowing. I'm going back again this year, actually. I'm taking some mates down there around about August time. But I want to get that vid done as soon as possible. However, the Scotland tour series, which is going to be about 6 vids, there's another 5 to come in that. I also need to get level 4 of California Superbike School done ASAP. They ideally wanted that done before the XL show. That's why I've done level 3 now, to at least get that out of the way. But level 4 needs to be done. I've still got a day with rapid training that I did back in May, I think it was, April, May. That is really good. I think you might find that quite useful. If you're thinking about going out with rapid, 100% recommend it. Really, really, really good day. Pardon me, probably the best road-based training I've had outside of the old bill. It's like a bike safe day IAM Rospa course on steroids. You know, it's a proper realistic one-on-one course, which will, if you like to stick to speed limits, obviously they will do that. If you like to make progress, then obviously, you know, it's at your own risk. But, you know, they will teach you things that will keep you as safe as possible. That's what I mean when I say realistic. You know, they'll have a chat with you about your style of riding and they will tailor the tuition accordingly. These people, the instructors, they've been trained to the levels of which normal people don't need. You know, they come from a very specialised background, a lot of them, and have been taught to a real high level. Good people to go with. So that vid needs to be done. I've got the charity Land's End to John O'Groats ride. That needs to be edited. That's the one that was all back roads, no motorway. What else needs to be done? Oh, God. I shared loads. The Switzerland tour, that needs to be done. I've got more Simon Weir. I think there's 3 or 4 more vids with Simon Weir. A to Z Britain for Bikers series. That needs to be edited. Oh, crap. What else is there? I think I've got some reviews of when Technologic were back in the channel. I've got this little helmet camera, the HC1. That needs to be edited. That's a good little camera if you just want a little, like, commuting. It's about 2-hour battery range on it. If you just want a camera purely as a dash cam but helmet mounted so you can jump from different bikes, that's a good little one. Genuinely, that's a good little camera. I think that's around about the 130, 140 mark. But it's a nice small little. That's actually about the size of it. It's just a tiny little thing there. Not an interchangeable battery though, sadly, but it'll last about 2 hours. I think it films at 2K. Let me have a little look. Bear with me, and I'll maybe in 2 ticks. Oh, come on. I think it's 2K. It films at 2K. Is it 30 frames per second? Something like that. But that vid's got to come. And I think there's some more. There's about 4.5 months worth of footage that I still have to do. So yeah, lots to come. I bet you forgot what you even asked, Ben, didn't you? Andrew Gralton, any updates on the plans for the Beast? Just going to get it back on the road. That's my idea. I want the bike back on the road, do some track days on her, do some tours on her. Yeah, I want to use her so she's not just sat in my garage rotting. It's breaking my heart really to see her sat in there. I want to get her back out on the road and get some air around her lungs. Mark from Leeds, how are you getting on with my charity t-shirt? Mate, I'm so sorry. It's taking a massive backseat at the moment. I did do that initial design, sent it to Roger over at Influencer Store, made some valid points. It needs to be redesigned, basically. But it will come. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. As you can hear, there's a big long list. Sam Vincent, when the next GS finally makes an appearance, what colour Super Adventure are you going to buy? I think for the Super Adventure, it's got to be the orange one. You know, if I go KTM, it's got to be orange. It's got to be Larry orange for me. Brian Longimanis, are you thinking the same chicken strip tours in 2024? Busy this year, just thinking ahead. I think there will definitely be a Picos one. There will definitely be the sort of Alps one, the French Alps one. Scotland will be a definite. We might look at changing some of the others. The Wales one, the Wales one seems to be really popular. We'll see how what people think of it, what the feedback is. Wales will probably stay. Again, if we can fill up the East 500, and depending on what the feedback is from people, that might end up staying. But ideally, I want to add. You know, I really want to add to the tours. But as it is, March to September, it's pretty much one tour every month. So that's already quite a big commitment when you consider I've still got to edit all the content, still got the podcast to keep up and running as well around all that. Plus, you know, each tour I'm away for a week, roughly. So that's a week I'm away where my missus is at home looking after the dog and running the house by herself. She has to get into the office 2 days a week. So, you know, that's a week a month where she isn't going into the office and she has to make that time up at other times. So it's not just down to me. Long and short of it, if I can, I'll do more. If I can't, we'll probably just run the same schedule. Just see how it goes this year. This is sort of a make or break year for me. I'll be brutally honest with you folks. You know, if I can make a go of it this year, then happy days. But if not, I'll you know, if I have to get a proper job, I'll have to get a proper job and figure things out around that. But the tours certainly are going well this year. You know, I think just over half of them are all sold out. We still need to fill, I think there's a couple of spaces left there might be one space left for Wales, I think. I think we're about half full for Scotland, and the East 500, I think there's only three or four spots sold on that. So I need to fill them. We need them filled. So if you're thinking about it, chickenstrips.co.uk, see if there's anything takes your fancy. Ben Farmer, Reece Swiss, lots of look at that moments. It's just breathtaking. If you've never been to Switzerland, folks, it is a stunningly beautiful country. I say that about a lot of places, but Switzerland wrote the book, I would suggest. I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else I've been that on pure scenery alone beats it. Not sure there is. It's just breathtaking. It's like, you know, it's like a chocolate tin. It's like somebody's painted it. Stunning place. Hartley Ride, Switzerland is ace, going again in June. Nice one. Have a good one. I think I'm there in early August. I'm there. Dakar Steve, I convinced work to put me back on furlough and went to Switzerland during lockdown 1.0. Amazing place. How did you not get put in jail, Steve? How did you not go to jail in Switzerland? Yeah, it is fantastic over there. Steve 1300, what's your favourite tour you do? My favourite out of all of them was the Picos. Was the Picos one that I did. Just loved it. Still to this day, love it. It'd be interesting to see what the Simon Weir Picos route is going to be. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm quite excited about it. Michael Whiting, at Sam Vincent, got to be a super adventure, truly best bike in the world. I think I said it in the review, didn't I? I think the KTM, I think the Super Adventure is the better riding bike, definitely. But it's just a package that comes with the GS. That's why it wins for me. Sam Vincent, you sound like a very intelligent, well-endowed man, Michael, to have thoughts like that. What did I miss? What did he say? Chris Owens, are you doing any clan ride-outs in Wales? We were chatting about that, Chris. We were chatting about that earlier. I think what I'll do, probably either after the Isle of Man meet or maybe just before, I'll do a post, like a vote post. Normally what I'll do is I'll post up 3 or 4 options in a poll. Scotland, Wales, whatever the other ones were, I can't remember now. And then whichever of them get the most votes, then that's where we'll go. And then we sort out a date thereafter. And then hopefully somebody will step forward and go, right, I'll take charge of this one. Boff, off we go. So yes, Wales will definitely be in the pipeline. Sam Vincent, don't worry, Mark, you can join us too. Think how insufferable we could all be together. I've missed something totally. Al-Lid, was that Al-Idiot? How you doing, Al? Hi, Bruce. How's Pippa? She's good, man. Thank you. She's good. Still a lunatic. But yeah, she's lovely. She's cracking. She really does make the home, eh? I can't imagine not having the pooch anymore. And she gets my fat ass out every day walking us, so that's good. Brian Longimanis, I would be on one, but have overbooked this year, and I'm on Tracy's hit list. Oh, is this for the tours? No dramas, man. You've been on enough. You supported me plenty in the past. No worries. Oh, Tracy's hit list. I wouldn't want to be on that, mate. Good luck. Good luck. Mark from Leeds, scroll up a bit, Bruce. What is this your ongoing convo with Sam and Michael? I can't ignore everybody else, mate. I can't ignore everyone else. MotoCAD, how's your rowing going? Good, man. I've had the first week back this week, just gone. So trained 5 days. It's hard. Really, really hard. God, I've been feeling terrible for about the last 6 months, like really bad, to the point where I got the lurgy over Christmas, New Year, and I've had this really bad wheeze and constant heartburn. And I've got to admit, I was starting to think to myself, might need to go to the doctors for this. But I tell you what, 1 week of rowing, the heartburn's gone and I feel so much better. I'm still breathless because I'm knackered, but I feel so much better just getting on the rower and just doing a bit of exercise, just like a 20-minute beast every morning. Like I said, I walk the dog every day. She gets walked a couple of miles in the morning and 2.5, 3 miles in the evening. But I think your body just gets used to it. And I particular, like walking just doesn't do it for me. I need to beast myself. I really do need to beast to feel the benefit from it. So yeah, rowing's good. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow getting back on it. So we'll see. And I'm doing a few things this year. I think I'm going to be doing like a charity marathon walk. When is that? I think that's June or July. That's over in Wales, I think. A couple of mates have just asked if I'd be up for doing it for the British Heart Foundation. So I'm looking forward to doing stuff like that. Yeah, be good. Chris Owens, nice one, Bruce. Oh, is that for the Wales thing? Yes, mate. If we can make it happen, then absolutely. Michael Whiting, well done, Bruce. Rowing is a killer. Yeah, it is, man, isn't it? If you follow me on Instagram, folks, what I do is I post it up in my Instagram stories. Now, past couple of years, it's basically new year, new me. I've decided, right, this is the year where I'm going to shift some timber. So for the past 2 years, from about January, normally I make it to about April, May time, where I'm doing it 5 days a week. And I post up on there, and it was just to make me accountable to people, and I just said to people, if you don't see me post up on here, you need to get on my ass. You need to, DM me, bully me, basically, to make sure that I keep on track and I keep doing it. But what was happening was people started tagging me in there, whatever it was they were doing, gym sessions, running, walk, whatever it was, just getting out there. And this hashtag Trim Teapot sort of developed. And that seems to have stuck around now, and people just tag themselves with this hashtag Trim Teapot. And then Pete, R1 Soul, he has Red Shoe Diaries, where he's lost an insane amount of weight. So we've just sort of got a nice little wee group together where people are keeping each other accountable. So if you fancy getting involved with that, head over to TeapotOne Insta on Instagram. And in the mornings in the stories, Monday to Friday, just tag me. Just tag me. When you see me post up, just DM me on that and say that you want to join in, and I'll add you to the list, and we'll keep each other accountable. If you don't worry about it. Just tap it and you can move on to the next one. Half man, half pirate. Walking is so last year. Half man, half pirate. Martin, have you changed? Is this you? Have you gone clandestine, kind of, and changed your name again? Walking is so last year. All right. Yeah, you did that insane walk, didn't you? You did like a marathon walk. I'm sure you did. Martin has one leg, folks, if you hadn't figured that out already. Chris Murphy, DM me if you need anything with Wales, meet me being local. Cool. Nice one, Chris. Well, when I post up and do the poll, if Wales wins, then feel free if you want to take on that one. If you want to take on, organise it, just let me know at the time. Mark from Leeds, I've lost £8 since September. How could you lose £8, Mark? You were a thin guy anyway. Unless, if you bought a round, is that what it is? If you bought a round with your lover Sam. Steve 1300, do people take additional travel insurance to the cover you have with your bike insurance when travelling abroad? I've never left British soil in 27 years riding. Yes, certainly if you're coming away with me with chicken strips, you must have travel insurance. In the booking form that I'll send you, you have to put your travel insurance policy number on there. The reason being is that a lot of travel insurances will only cover your motorbikes up to 125 cc's. Sometimes they'll go to 250 cc's, but most of them won't do big bikes. So you have to check. It's like if you've got travel insurance with your bank or something like that, you need to contact your bank and query that with your travel insurance to make sure you're covered on whatever cc bike it is that you take. Because the last thing you need is for you to be involved in an accident. For example, let's take my mate Amish, who came away with us. He had that massive crash in Portugal. We had lots of issues around that because he thought he was covered with travel insurance, and as it turns out, he wasn't. We got it all sorted eventually, though. But you could find yourself stranded or with a massive medical bill to pay if your insurance isn't covering you for riding the cc a bike that you have. Or absolute worst case scenario, if the horrific thing happens and you don't make it, then there's all things like repatriation costs and everything like that. That's all going to get lumped to your next of kin, your loved ones. So for the sake of a phone call, get it sorted. Make sure you got some travel insurance. Bosh, off you go. I tend to use a company called I think it's Voyager Plus is the one that I've been using. I'm not sure if they're still around. They went on hold during lockdown. I think they might be up and running now, but they were called Voyager Plus. If you just Google UK motorcycle travel insurance, just Google that, and there are a couple of companies out there that specialise in this sort of thing. For a one-off, you'll be looking 30, 40 quid. You can get annual things for like 80 quid to 100, 120 quid. Just check it out. Right. Half man, half pirate, over 2 days. What's that for? Oh, yeah, that was your walk. That was your long walk, wasn't it? Yeah, this one that I'm going to be doing, well, hopefully I will be doing, that's within 24 hours. But obviously, I have 2 legs at the moment. Ben Farmer at Chris Murphy, that sounds like a hands up to arrange it. For Wales, yeah, it did a bit to me, mate. I think we've just volunteered him. Brian Longimanis at Chris Murphy, thanks for stepping forward. Oh, Chris, you've done it, mate. You've done it. Pete English just posted a poll on Facebook, reference the next possible clanmate. Cheers, Pete. Thank you very much, mate. Right, folks, there you go. If you're in the private group over on Facebook, head on over there. Pete's done a little poll so you can have your say about where we go next. Rebecca Christie, we're going Spain, France and Switzerland on the way to Germany for the Rocket 3 meetup in August. Can't wait. Al and I are off now. Thanks for the chat. Keep on the grey bits, peeps, and catch you all next time. Cheers, Rebecca. Thanks, Al. Look after yourselves. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers for now. Mark from Leeds, I'm thinner now. I bet you are, mate. Blimey. £8. Good effort. Although I have to lose. I'm just under 21 stone at the moment. I think I'm 20 stone 9 or 20 stone 10. And ideally, in an ideal world, I'd like to get down to 15, maybe 15 and a half stone if I could. So yeah, I've got a long way to go. Sam Vincent, worth checking your breakdown cover too. Some of them cover Europe, etc. as standard. Yeah, that's right. Although if you have the best bike in the world and it's within the 3 years of buying it, then you'll automatically have BMW cover. Worth the price of a new bike all by itself. Steve 1300, thanks for the advice. I owe you a brew. No worries at all. Chris Murphy, I'm voting Scotland. Missenden Flyer, geez, you're exactly twice my weight. Yeah, but I'm like a proper man size, Andy. You know, I'm not like, you know, I'm not like a wish man. Mark from Leeds, I'm 12 stone. I was 12 stone at the age of 12. Genuinely. Ben Farmer, TMF, but twice the height. Yes. Brian Longimanis, I'm just short for my weight. Yeah, me too. I should be about 18'2". Sam Vincent, I knew that was coming. KTM do premium round the world breakdown with RAC2. Yeah, they just have to follow you round in the van because you're going to need them. Richard Slater, got to fly. Catch you all next time. No worries at all, Richard. Thanks for stopping around, man. See you soon. Stay. I've got a BMW 1250 GSA under 3 years old. Happy days. So you've got the full cover with it. Dakar Steve. Bruce, why would a KTM come with BMW cover? Why would a KTM cover? Is that me referencing what I said? Or is... I think that's what you're saying. I haven't bought the KTM yet. Sam Vincent, I think I've had bowel... Oh, is it because I said best bike in the world? Yeah, all right, whatever. But Sam Vincent, I think I've had bowel movements which have been more than 12 stone. Ooh, that's leaving a picture in the mind, isn't it? Wow. Cool, awesome. Right, Bruce has also... Yeah, I have for sure. Right, folks, we're at an hour and a half. Do you want to keep going? Or is that enough? You had enough? Let me know. Anyone? Is there anybody there? All right, we're down to 29 people in the room. Keep going, Mark from Leeds. You just don't want to talk to your family, don't you, Mark? Missenden Flyer, ditch it, mate. I knew you'd say that, Andy. You're always there to support. Keep going. Happy to keep going. Thumbs up. John McPhee, I'm going to bail New Big Yen. All the best to you and all the clan. Cheers, John. Thanks very much, pal. Look after yourself. Missenden Flyer, quit while you're ahead. That's what I love about you, Andy. Stitch, give us the Bruce. Okay, well, what would you like to chat about then? Oh, hang on, it's another one from Sam. Sam Vincent, on the chipper mood of toilet humour, I might have to bail. Me and my other half have just eaten a roast dinner with you on TV and AMC Norway trip on my phone. Multitasking, no worries at all, Sam. Thank you very much for joining us, pal, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Have a good one. Missenden Flyer, any beard trimming news, Brucey? No, although, you know, I have been thinking to myself, I'm sort of getting over the beard. Maybe it needs a tidy up for sure. And someone was asking how much would it cost to shave it off, and I think if there was a worthy charity, then I would probably shave it off for that, and then probably just grow it back. But I want to lose a bit of timber first before I shave it off because I'm a total bawhead. So it would need to be for a significant amount for a charity for me to shave it off. But for me, I think I'm just going to tidy it up a little bit. It's getting a little bit vaguey-ish again. Sam Vincent, she's a trooper. Yeah, sounds it, mate. She sounds it. Half man, half pirate. I'm going to go and check out Happy Valley. No worries, Martin. Take it easy. Sam Vincent, laters all. Love you. You too, pal. Pete English, Bruce, don't you have a channel sponsor who does travel who could help with travel insurance advice? Canary Moto Tours? I think they have ones that do travel insurance for people going to them over in the Canaries, but not. I don't think it's a generic. I can ask. I can drop Joy a line. But otherwise, no, I don't. If I could find one, if I could find like a travel insurance company and get them on board, that would be a nice fit. It's a difficult one with the sponsors. I don't really want any sponsors who aren't a good fit for the channel. Do you know what I mean? It's hard work to generate content for a sponsor if you're not using whatever their product is all the time. So yeah, it's a tricky one, that. I don't know. I'll have to have a little look. Stitch, It's a rather fine man mane, Bruce. A little trim wouldn't bother the visage. Mark from Leeds, don't do it, Bruce. You'll look like a 6'4" thumb. Nice. Wissenden Flyer. Think of your analytics. You could reach the dizzy heights of 4% female viewership like me. Hang on. Let me have a little look. I think I'm probably about 0.4, Andy. Where's my... excuse us, folks. Analytics. Right, where are we? Male, female, audience. Okay, currently... Oh, hang on. Currently, female, 4.7%. Look at that. 4.7... Oh. 4.7%. Have that. Wow, why is that? Normally it's like 0.4, 0.3 on a very good day. It might hit 1%. Wow, chuffed. Half man, half pirate. Think you should check out older non-beard pics before committing to shaving the beard. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Whenever I think about shaving the beard, I think about what I actually look like and think, no, there's a reason. There's a reason I've stuck with the beard. Robert Aitken. I'm away, folks. Up at 4:30 a.m. for work. See you in March for the Let's Get Piss Wet Through tour. Cheers, Robert. Look after yourself. Say hello to Dorothy. Take it easy. Wissenden Flyer, Weight Watchers as a sponsor. You're a shithead. It's a good one, though. It's good. Half man, half pirate. Anasol would be a good sponsor then. Yes. Or Imodium. That would probably, if anyone that's been on tour with me or even on a ride with me, Imodium would be a good one. Mark from Leeds. Love you, though, pal. Feelings mutual. TMF gutted. Is that have I beaten you then, Andy? Have I beaten you at something? Genuinely, is that a higher female viewership than you? I'll lids use Navigator travel for Canaries. Yeah, that was the other one. Navigator, that's the one. Yeah, I think I'm with Navigator at the moment because Voyager had stopped trading during COVID, so I think I went with Navigator. That's right. Steve 1300 chick magnet. Well, maybe because of that 4.7%. I'm chuffed about that. Wow, I wonder why that is. Why's that jumped all of a sudden? Who knows? Pardon me. Andrew Gralton. How about for some quick content about overseas touring, all the boring stuff, travel insurance, recovery? As a first timer to the Picos this year, I can promise you one view. Do you know, you're not the first person to say that, Andrew, actually. Watch this. TMF's going to nick that. Andy's going to have it. You'll have the vid done by tomorrow. Do you know, it would make a really good video. It just bores me. So I don't know if I would make a particularly good video about it, to be honest. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's not grabbing my danglies at the moment. So I know I won't make the vid yet. So if anyone else wants to do it, feel free. But it is a good idea. Wissenden Flyer, just checked 4.6%. Get in. Yes. I beat him at something. Yes. Not that I'm competitive, obviously. Pete English, Bruce, thought you had a travel company sponsor you on the podcast. I did for about 2 months and then they had to pull, sadly. Long story. But yeah, they had to pull. They weren't an insurance company though. They were like a broker, a travel broker, holiday broker. Wissenden Flyer, I do get a lot of not sure though. I am not commenting on that hot potato, Andrew. All yours. Brian Longimanis, Tracy loves you and she has great taste. I love Tracy too. Thank you very much, Tracy. Of course she's got great taste. She's married you. Andrew Gralton, no worries. About the vid suggestion. Yeah, mate, it is a good idea. It absolutely is a good idea. And it would be a great fit for the channel. In fact, why haven't I done one? I think it's just because I just find it a little bit boring and tedious and the whole topic. But, I mean, it would go down well. I'm sure it would be a popular vid. Yeah, so maybe I should just get a grip of myself and get it done. Yeah. Okay, I'll do one. Biker Espana, how you doing, Chris? Just checked my analytics. Mine's 28%. Bugger off. Not a chance. No way. 28% female viewership. What's yours about? What's your channel? Which channel are we talking about, Biker Espana? Missing and Flyer, Biker Espana, prove it. I think I've found somebody who's more competitive at certain things than me. Andy is Mr. Competitive when it comes to analytics. I know how much that's going to irk him that I've got 0.1% more than him. Missing and Flyer, my OnlyFans is at 29%. I bet you do have an OnlyFans. I bet you've got one. Biker Espana, I'll send you a pic. Yeah, but what about the analytics? Whee! I think I had something else. There was something else I wanted to chat about. I should have written it down. Oh, the London Excel. I am like every other man, woman, those not sure, and their dogs who are on the socials at the moment. Anyone who's got a social media account seems to be giving away 2 tickets to the London Excel show. I had an email from Devitt and the show saying they'll give a couple of tickets away for a free draw. So I'm going to be posting up on Instagram and on Facebook probably tomorrow. We'll run it through the week, and at the end of the week, I'll just do the usual sort of thing. You'll have to like the post, and you'll have to follow Devitt and follow my Teapot, my Instagram and or my Facebook page, and I'll give away 2 tickets across both platforms by the end of the week. I think that was it. Right, we've chatted about tours. We've chatted about all the vids that have to be edited. We've chatted about the next meetup. We've chatted about the London Bike Show. Podcast, right, the podcast. Thank you very much to everybody that's contacting me. I'm getting loads of fairly frequent suggestions from people for guests. Keep them coming. There's people that you'd like seeing on the podcast, whether they've been on before or not. There's nothing wrong with having people back on. TMF, Andy, if you're up for coming back on, mate, let's do it. Yeah, just keep contacting me, folks. There's some brilliant suggestions been coming through. A couple people have actually replied and hopefully will be coming on. Others I'm going to have to do a bit of work on because not everybody replies, so it's sometimes you have to contact them 2, 3, 4 times before eventually you wear them down. But yeah, keep them coming. It's great. Anyone and everyone, as long as they have a story, I'll gladly have them on Brew Time for a chat. Speaking of which, have you watched the Nomad Brad one from last week? The American motovlogger. The guy has been on YouTube for 2 months and he's got over 100,000 subs already. He's a lovely, lovely fella. Basically makes the YouTube shorts less than a minute long, and he just makes these vids whilst he delivers food for like Uber Eats, DoorDash, all that sort of stuff. They're really nice, feel-good little videos. And he's a lovely fella. So if you've not checked that out, search for, I think it's Brad the Nomad. It's Nomad Brad, but I think his actual channel, like tag, is Brad the Nomad. Really good. Check it out. Missing and Flyer, I'm not. I told them to shove it. Oh, is this for the London thing? Yeah, I know. I was kind of, yeah. Everyone seems to be doing it, don't they? I'm a little bit not despondent. That's the wrong word. You look at the socials just now, and like it's like everybody and anyone is like an influencer and giving away stuff. So it sort of feels like, you know, when you give stuff away or you run competitions, it's like, well, there's nothing really, there's no significance about it. Does that make sense? Have I put that in the right words? Do you know what I mean? I just kind of feel like, I'm not sure if I want to be involved in all that. It's free tickets for you folks, though. That's why I thought, well, I'll do it anyway, because it gives people out there two more free tickets. Because obviously we can just get media tickets, so we can get free tickets to these events anyway. But yeah, it's just it's a weird world. It's a weird environment at the moment on the socials. It's it definitely feels like we are the old guard. People like me, TMF, Rich, Lamb Chops, we're sort of the old guard now, and the PR teams don't really have too much to do with us anymore. Andy might be in a different boat. Obviously, he's at a totally different level than me. But it does just feel like, you know, you're sort of, you're out there. People like you folks, obviously, you support us, and that's fantastic. That's brilliant. We've got a nice little community going, but it doesn't feel like the PR teams allocate any weight to the likes of me or anything anymore. Not that I'm that fussed. I'm quite happy doing my tours and doing that sort of stuff now. Steve1300, YouTube is my go-to for info like travel insurance. I found your channel when looking for my GSA. Also found TMF at that point too. TMF is also responsible for me buying a Triumph Speed Twin 2. Straight away, TMF at Steve1300, man of great taste. Yeah, nice one, Steve. Yeah, I'm the same, mate. I sort of Google, YouTube, anything that I need to know about. It's sort of the go-to, isn't it? I very rarely watch any TV. I don't watch the news. I don't read newspapers or anything anymore. It's just podcasts and YouTube really now. But again, with that, I think you have to filter what info you take in as well, because absolutely anybody can post up on podcasts. Hence, well, I can as well, so I am proof of that. But do you know what I mean? Like, anyone can post anything up on the socials. So I think you maybe have to do a bit more of your own research into the validity of any information that you get. Half man, half pirate. I'd come back on, be good for 10 minutes. I'd come back on, be good for 10 minutes. What's that for? What did I miss there? Pete English, can you please ask all that asked to join in on the Patreon Facebook page to answer both questions? Quite a lot that haven't. Both questions. What are the two questions, Pete? I've forgotten. I know there's one about the password, but I can't remember what the other one is. It doesn't matter. There'll be when you go to the link for the private Facebook page, there are two questions there that you'll have to answer. And if you follow the channel, you will know the answers. I'll put the answers on the Patreon bit anyway. Neil Bicknell, loved that Brad podcast, Bruce. Cheers, Neil. Thank you, man. Yeah, he was a really nice lad to chat to. We're going to be doing a wee bit more work together, actually. Al Lids, do a vid walking Pipperpot. Bet it will fly. What, just walking the dog? I don't know. See, I've done a couple of those, like, sort of family-orientated vlogs before, years ago, and they didn't do well at all, but I really enjoyed like traditional vloggy style vids. But the sort of community, my community at that point, didn't. So if you'd like them, then let me know and I'll do one. Ben Farmer, Shaky Burn, local, and has recently started a channel with Johnny Smith from Fifth Gear. I have thought about Shaky actually, Ben, but I haven't pulled the pin and actually approached him yet. I'll try and see. It'd be great to get him on. I feel a bit weird getting racers on because, like, you know, the racing side of it, that's the motorbike pod. It's chasing the racing boys. That's their domain. So I kind of think, you know, the racers and stuff. I've had some racers on, obviously, but I feel a bit of a cheat asking any of them on when they could just go on. Like, Chasing the Racing is massive, absolutely huge podcast. So, you know, why would they come on mine? But I suppose if you don't ask, you don't get, don't you? I've just talked myself into that as well now. Ben Farmer at Half Man, Half Pirate. That's what she said. Boom, boom. What's that about? I'd come back on and be good for 10 minutes. 10, 5, 3, actually. Chris Murphy, what about the link I sent you, Browse? Well, I think that's Bruce. The young lady with the missing person YouTube channel. Ah, yes. I think I've dropped her a DM. Yeah, I think I dropped her a DM. Not her back. I'll chase that up. Let me grab a bit of paper. Let me just. Sorry, Chris. Missing person. Right. Chase up. I'll chase that one up. Chase up. Right. Cool. Chase that one up. I'm at that stage in life, folks, where I have to note things down. If I don't note things down, it's never going to happen. Andrew Gralton, listen to the Brew Time with Brad the Nomad. Lovely guy, but no idea why he achieved that growth. It's incredible, isn't it? Even he doesn't understand it. He's got vids that have, I think, over 1 million views, and then he has other vids that, you know, have a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand. It's crazy. Literally in 2 months, he's got 23 million views in, God, I mean, my channel started 2011, although I didn't really start weekly posting until end of 2016. But in that time, I've got, I think, just under 11 million, which is nothing. So he's absolutely flying. Missenden Flyer, speak for yourself, mate. What's that for? I don't know what that was about. Ben Farmer, Al Lid's dog cam. Walking the dog for a video. Yeah. Half man, half pirate. Come back on the podcast. Who come back on the podcast? I'm missing stuff. Do you want to come back on the podcast, Martin? I'll have you back on for sure. Debbie Clegg, Devitt just trying to hijack your database. Yeah, of course. That's they want your reach, you know. But that's what the game's all about, really, isn't it? That's why they want to get people like us involved, is because we have an established like mailing list. Effectively, you know, we've got eyes that are looking at the content, so they want your reach. Al Lids, there you go. More strings to your bow. What is this for the dog cam vids? Mark from Leeds, have you thought about doing multiple guests at the same time, streaming in? Well, I have done that. You know, I've had more than the one person on the podcast before, and it's all done via Zoom most of the time. So yeah, I have done it. It can be a little bit tricky doing them over Zoom, though. That's the issue, is that if somebody's internet is a wee bit slow, you can get these delays. And it's quite off-putting in the conversation, because you think somebody's finished, so you go to talk, but they haven't, and obviously they start talking, and you're constantly talking over each other all the time. So it can be a little bit off-putting at times. Al Lids, could be the way. Shorts are definitely the way at the moment. I know you either love them or you hate them, but YouTube is definitely almost stalling the long-form content and really promoting shorts at the moment. Obviously, I do some shorts mostly over on the podcast channel. On the podcast channel. On this channel, I do 2 or 3 shorts most weeks, and on the main TeapotOne channel, I generally only do the one short just as a teaser halfway through the week for that week's vid. But some of them fly, others don't do well at all. But I think it's just a question of getting your style and your edit and your pace right for the shorts. Mark from Leeds, when do you want me on then? I have thought about having you on, Mark. Yes, absolutely. Maybe once we get your charity shirt done, we can get you on for a chat. We've got to get that charity shirt done. Right, folks, that is 1 hour and 55 minutes at the moment. I think that is going to do us. Even I'm bored of listening to my voice. Shut up, TMF. Mark from Leeds, defo, I'd love that. Right, it's a date. We'll get you on. Right, folks, anyone got anything vital that needs to be covered? Brian Longimanis, I'm off, mate, and all the clan, big love. Excellent. Top stuff. Look after yourself, Brian. Missenden Flyer, thanks, Bruce. Ride safe all. Cheers, Andy. Thank you very much for joining us, mate. Much appreciated. Andrew Grotton, thank you for your time. Andrew Whiting, thanks, Bruce. Go and have a whiskey. Cheers, pal. Tony Hannum, good night, Bruce. Keep safe. Missenden Flyer, Happy Valley about to start. I'm going to go and check that out, see what this is about. Biker Hispania, cheers, Bruce. Harley Rides, night, Bruce and all. Half man, half pirate. When's the main act on? Very good. Steve 1300, take care all. Thanks again. Catch you soon. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I will sum up right now. Keep doing your thing. Keep looking after those that you love. Get on out there whenever you can. But most importantly, live your life. Woo-ha! Thank you very much to all you clan members that joined in live. Top stuff. Thank you. Good night, folks.